Alright, here we go with some more Bant Knightfall, and I'm keeping this. It's a one-lander, which is scary, but it's got three Knight of the Reliquaries and two Hierarchs. So if one of our Mana Dorks survives, and our opponent's down to 5 cards here, but if one of our Mana Dorks survives, then the turn 2 Knight is mana in itself. A lot of people don't realize this. Think about it, but it's mana right, because you can just tap your land, then fetch out another land, tap it, and you've netted a mana off of Knight of the Reliquaries. So it's a very good card in its own right in that sense. So the question is, how much damage do I do to myself here? I think I get a Temple Garden. I think we just go ahead and accept the 3 damage and get the Temple Garden. If our opponent's on burn or something, we just did him a favor, but I think we're supposed to do that. Well, he might well be on burn. Or Scred or something of the like. Okay, well. Good news is we're on the play. So we can play a 3/3 Knight of the Reliquary before our opponent can play Anger of the Gods. Oh, he has 1 land, I see. Sweet, and now we can do it and even attack still. Yeah, I mean, we actually were set up walking pretty hard into an Anger of the Gods blowout there if he had it. I mean, if he did, we would have just played our Scavenging Ooze, started making it big, while lands would have unlocked the rest of our hand, and we would have been fine. That's why I made the play, but looks like our opponent just may not get to, well, he found a second one. I'm definitely going to be holding up the Knight to make it bigger than Anger of the Gods range rather than attack with it. Especially since we're just going to play a second Knight anyways. We'll just play our second Knight, get in there for 2 again, and we can, crack this at the end of the turn and have 2 Giant Knights that represent lethal next turn. So each be 5/5s? Is that true? It will be. Is that lethal? I guess it's not. If we draw a fetch, it is, right? This will be 5/5s. We'll see. Rainforest, whatever. Just get our forest. It's fine because we're going to be throwing it away. Okay, so we can... Now, if we had drawn a fetch, it would have worked, I think, because they would have been 6s. We could have made them 7/7s and killed them by sacking the Horizon Canopy. Not the case, but now they're bigger than Anger of the Gods, so we'll just attack with both 5/5s and have Collected Company at the end of his turn. Now, it's possible that would have been the better play if he was representing Anger of the Gods on that turn before. We would have just held up the Collected Company. So Triple Mountain and no spells cast. Kind of thinking it might be Scred. Weird he didn't play anything, but... Is this good? I don't think this is great here. I don't think this is good. I have no idea. I bet the spell's good. The Unified Will's probably good, but Negate's better though. It might all be good. This doesn't seem great. I don't know what else is good here, but we can cut a Mana Dork. Pride Mage is good to the Blood Moons. Again, that's what we're putting him on anyways. Kind of like just having all the counter spells after what we saw there. I don't know how I feel about cutting this. I mean, we still have access to a Scavenging Ooze. I think I'm fine with this. Like, I mean, the Fairground Warden, if he's Madcap or something, we'll feel bad about the Spellground Warden's play, but this looks like a great hand. And we can even slow roll Mana Dorks. Alright, our opponent did not mulligan this time. He has Pithing Needle. Uh-oh. Hierarch? That wouldn't work, so he's going to name a land. Or is he going to name Knight? He's almost certainly going to name Knight. It is Scred Red. At least I assume that's what Pithing Needle means. I assume he'll name Knight of the Reliquary. Just fine. It turns out Knight doesn't have to activate to be good. It can just be a giant beater. In this case, he'd already be a 3-mana 4/4. as he looks through Magic Online to find Knight of the Reliquary anyways. I love Pithing Needle. I think it's a really, I don't know if underplayed is the right word, but it's a very good card in Modern that could see more play than it does. It probably sees play in the Red Red sideboard, it sees play in Lantern, but it's very good and could probably see playing more than that. I'm going to need a Breeding Pool here because it's Unified Will. Start off with that one. Go ahead and lead with a Hierarch. So yeah, next turn we'll play the Brit's Paradise and the land, and that's it. And then we'll have... I'm not playing both Mana Dorks out and getting Pyroclasmed out of the game. That would be a really easy way to lose, so... Goblins? Unified Will's not very good against goblins. No, I'm going to keep the Spell Queller up. I think well... I have no idea what I'm playing against. We're not going to have more creatures than him. He's slow rolling goblins the whole time? That's why he slow rolls stuff. If I keep up Spell Queller, I can't collect a company next turn. If I play 2 Mana Dorks and he plays Pyroclasm, there's no way he's playing this in Pyroclasm. If we had another land in hand, this would be a lot easier decision, so we could hit the companies on time. But I'm playing all the Mana Dorks. There's no way he's playing War Marshal and Pyroclasms. So we're just gonna play our Mana Dorks so that we can hopefully have this Unified Will do something later. I mean, as long as we don't get completely wrecked on this turn, I feel fine. We untap, we collect a company, Spell Queller, Unified Will. It seems hard to lose then. I don't know how I feel about getting there, though. Okay. Good news, sir. Knight of the Reliquary can activate now. Okay, so he's playing this robots deck. I've heard it called GoBots or some weird stuff. It's got like Bomat Couriers. Kuldotha Rebirth just was a standard deck for a minute back in the day. You sack an artifact. Back then you were sacrificing. It was an all-in deck with Goblin Bushwhacker. You'd sacrifice Midnights to Kuldotha Rebirth on turn 1. You'd have the Dream start involved Mox Opals, and you could kick a Bushwhacker with all these goblins and attack for 1,000,000, and then you'd play Contested Warzone, which was a land that could tap to give your creatures +1/+0 if they were attacking. It was this weird combo deck in Standard, and that's what we're playing against. So, good to know. I said a lot of words really fast to get it out because it's been a minute since I've played against Kuldotha Rebirth, I'll tell you that much. It's actually on my list, like my long-term list of things to play in this series, but... Okay, so with that said, I now feel great about our position. We have 6 mana, we can Unified... Well, we can't Unified Will, I guess. It's good to know. We can Spell Queller and or Company. So when the Bushwhacker comes, a Call-in. I'm also keeping all my blockers because there's no telling what could happen over there. And he's almost certainly playing Reckless Bushwhacker. You know, if he just played a land here and played, I don't know, something that made a creature and then Bushwhackered us. Imagine if he went like Midnight, Kuldotha Rebirth, land Bushwhacker, we take 1,000,000,000 damage. It's a weird match, that's for sure, but I feel pretty good with collected companies. Theoretic... Oh my gosh. That's... Okay, so there's clearly a Bushwhacker. He can have this. We're going to fight over the Bushwhacker. This is also a great way to make your Reckless Bushwhacker. Oh god. Okay, so... Yeah, he's going all in on it, and he's going to lose our spell. Oh my god, he's going to actually have it all. Yeah, he's going to lose our Spell Queller when we Spell Queller his Bushwhacker. But you can't say he did not go out with a bang. Pact of the Titan. Oh. They don't have... this doesn't give him haste. This won't work. Oh, he just wanted. Does he have enough? All right. Do we need a spell queller this one? I think we're just companying to get more creatures. I'd rather have 2 blockers than anything else here. All we have to do is not die, so have them all. Each one of these is going to protect more than. Oh, he doesn't even have it. He only has 10 damage. Unless he has some way to not lose the game in his upkeep. I'm going to not take anything for granted here. I'm pretty sure he just doesn't have enough. Okay, I mean, I guess we think this through because if I play Collected Company and we just whiff on it, then we only have 2 blockers, and that's actually like the only way we can lose. So I guess I won't do that. Just play a Spell Queller instead. Yeah, Storm count is 5. I agree, Magic Online. I mean, we just block and he dies to pack triggers on his upkeep, so whatever, I guess. Block 1, 2, 3. Take 10, go to 4. Yeah, okay. I see why he didn't want to show us his deck in game 1. This scoop makes all more sense. Also, the fact he mulliganed a lot makes sense. That was an interesting combo deck. I guess if we had Collected Company and then whiffed, he could have won if we just decided to be greedy. We wouldn't have. But it is good to know. Interesting deck. I think I might see that one in the future here on this series. Good game.